In this video, I'm going to be hosting the NFC West Olympics. The NFC West obviously consists of the 49ers, the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. Each of these four teams will compete against each other in 6 events. In each event, the top 3 performances in the qualifying round will move on to compete for medals in the final round, and the order of the teams and matchups for each event will be completely random. Event 1 will be the wide receiver reverse event, where each team will be running a jet sweep against prevent defense to see who will rack up more yards. Event 2 will be a punt return competition where each returner will look to post the best return. Event 3 will be the halfback stretch event where each team's running back will be given a halfback stretch against prevent defense to see who will pick up more yards. Event 4 will be the touchdown race where each team will be put into a random play mode from the 10-yard line against the defense who is also getting a random play chosen for them and try to score as quickly as possible. Event 5 will be a kicking competition as each player will try to have better accuracy than the other kickers from long distance. And then the final event will consist of a double elimination head-to-head tournament between all 4 teams. Without further ado, let's get right into the first event. Each wide receiver will be given 3 qualifying attempts, and the 3 highest totals will advance to the finals for 2 more attempts, and whoever has the highest cumulative total from the 5 runs will win the gold medal. Up first was Rondale Moore representing the Arizona Cardinals. He had a solid run out to the 18-yard line. Deebo Samuel was up next. He hesitated a bit on this run, but still got out to the 13-yard line. Representing LA in the first event was Cooper Kupp, who got out to about the 12-yard line. Tyler Lockett finished off the first round by fighting for some extra yards just to pick up about 9. So after some lackluster runs in the first round, Rondale Moore has a decent lead of 5 yards. Rondale wasn't as strong in his second qualifying attempt as he reached forward for the 13. Deebo took advantage of his second attempt and passed into the gold medal position for the time being after breaking this for an amazing 30 yards. This was tough to follow up for Kupp, but to try to keep a distance from Lockett and elimination, he was able to get 14 yards. Tyler Lockett struggled on another run as he was brought down at the 7-yard line. Deebo passed into first by 12 yards and Kupp extended his lead over Lockett to 10 yards entering the final qualifying round. Rondale Moore on his third attempt picked up 17 yards to keep himself in the race. First place Deebo Samuel maintained his spot in first with a run of 15 yards. Kupp looked to lock himself up a spot in the finals but could only pick up about 10 yards. This made 21 yards the mark for Tyler Lockett to get into the finals, but he couldn't do it as he was brought down at the 10. The 3 finalists were Deebo with a 10-point lead in first, Rondale Moore in second with 48 yards, and Cooper Kupp in third with 36 yards. Moore kicked off the finals by weaving his way to about the 12-yard line. Deebo followed this up by picking up 14 yards in order to extend his lead. And then Cooper Kupp was able to close the gap by a little bit with a 17-yard run as he only trails Rondale Moore by 7 yards heading into the final round of the event. Rondale Moore had a decent run in the 5th round to keep himself alive and temporarily slide into first place before Deebo's last attempt. All Deebo needed was more than 3 yards to take his gold medal status back, which he was just barely able to do as he got tangled up at the 5-yard line. This left Cooper Kupp needing 23 yards for silver, 25 for gold, but he could only get 11 yards, which meant Deebo took gold for the 49ers, Rondale Moore grabbed silver for the Cardinals, and Cooper Kupp was able to get bronze for the Rams, leaving the medal leaderboard looking like this after the first event. For the punt return event, it was the same exact format with 3 qualifying attempts to clinch a spot in the finals, with 2 more to determine the medals. However, this time it won't matter how many yards they gained, it will be based on what yard line they can make it to, and it won't be a total either. The player's best attempt of the round will be their score. This score will also reset after the qualifying round, giving them only 2 attempts to post the best return in the finals. DJ Dallas kicked off this event by taking it out to about the 30-yard line. Ronnie Bell was then able to reach forward to about the 27 on his first attempt. Austin Trammell for the Rams was brought down at the 23-yard line, and then Greg Dortch finished off the first round by fighting to the 24-yard line. This meant that DJ Dallas's 30 was the score to beat, but he was mauled on the 18-yard line on his second attempt. Ronnie Bell also couldn't do anything crazy as he reached forward for the 26. Austin Trammell tried to get in position for the finals but couldn't beat his first round attempt. Dortch was the only one who beat his first round attempt after getting it out to about the 27, which tied him up in second place with Bell entering the final round. I kept waiting for something crazy to happen or someone to at least break something, but couldn't get it as nobody was able to improve their score in their third qualifying attempt, which left Austin Trammell on the outside as the other three advanced to the finals. In the first round of the finals, all three players were tackled immediately, but all at different spots based on the length of the punt. DJ Dallas at the 27, Ronnie Bell at the 20, and Greg Dortch at the 23. This left it completely up to the final round for Bell and Dortch to try to catch DJ Dallas, who was not able to improve his score on his second attempt. Ronnie Bell was able to slightly improve his score, but it was only enough to tie Dortch at 23. 27 was the number to beat for Dortch, and he capped off the event by pushing ahead to the 30 to claim the comeback gold medal. DJ Dallas took silver, and Ronnie Bell grabbed bronze for the Niners to keep them within a point from first on the medals leaderboard. This event was back to the exact format as the reverse event, with 3 to qualify and 2 final rounds to determine medals without a reset to the yardage between the qualifying and final round. Kenneth Walker started it off by cutting it inside and back outside to pick up 10 yards. James Conner got it next and got to about the 12-yard line. Kyren Williams couldn't get anything going as he was taken down at about the 7. Christian McCaffrey trucked and hurdled his way to the 19-yard line and into first place after the first round with a 7-yard lead. Walker was able to make a solid juke to get out to the 13 on his second attempt. James Conner matched his first round score of 12 after making a very similar juke to Walker. Kyren made up for his first attempt as he was able to make a juke and break a tackle on his way to the 15-yard line. CMC then proved why he's so dangerous in this competition, as it required an attempt from 6 Rams defenders to bring him down and extended his lead to 17 yards, leaving the other 3 running backs knotted up and fighting for the other 2 finalist spots. Kenneth Walker put up almost an identical run of about 12 yards to boost his total to 35 yards. James Conner looked to clinch a spot by surpassing that total of 35 yards, but faced some heavy traffic on that side of the field, could only get to the 10, leaving his fate in the hands of Kyren Williams, who needs 12 yards in order to knock him off. Kyren got a massive block from Tyler Higbee to get to the edge and pick up 14, sending him to the finals. McCaffrey looked to add cushion to his lead heading into the finals as he broke a tackle and reached forward for about the 15-yard line. Heading into the finals, it looked like it was going to be a huge struggle for Kyren and Kenneth to catch McCaffrey, but Walker had some impressive broken tackles on his way to the best run of the event so far, giving him a temporary lead. Kyren Williams was not able to match that despite the impressive juke keeping him behind in third. But just when Kenneth Walker thought he was in striking distance of gold, McCaffrey did what he does best and somehow turned a basic halfback stretch into a 100-yard touchdown, as he not only showed his power and ability to break tackles, but also his crazy speed and acceleration as he burned past defenders all the way to the end zone, bringing him to a whopping total of 156 yards and almost an 100-yard lead heading into the last attempt. It was no surprise that Kenneth Walker couldn't catch this number, but did distance himself from Kyren Williams with his usual run of 12 to 13 yards. With McCaffrey already being sealed for the gold medal, it all came down to whether Kyren Williams could get 29 yards for silver, but could only pick up 17. CMC took a victory lap attempt as he picked up an easy 15 to finish off his gold medal campaign. Kenneth Walker grabbed silver and Kyren Williams took bronze for the Rams. McCaffrey's efforts helped slide the Niners back into first on the medal leaderboard. The touchdown race is a quick event since each team only has one opportunity to score in as few plays as possible for the qualifying round. The top 3 teams after the first try will then get a second attempt in the finals, and whoever has the fewest combined plays to score the 2 touchdowns will win. Also remember that both teams are getting randomized plays. The Niners were up first and failed to score on their first attempt on a run to McCaffrey. Purdy had to throw it away with no open guys on the second attempt. They were finally able to punch it in on the third attempt with an inside zone to CMC. For the Rams, it only took one attempt in the qualifiers for Stafford to drop back and deliver to an open Cooper Kupp in the end zone. With the Rams already clinched, the Cardinals looked to do the same, but were stuffed on a give to Connor on the first play. The second play went much better though, as Kyler was able to snap Bobby Wagner on his way for a touchdown off the play-action bootleg. There was only one spot left in the finals for the Niners or the Seahawks, as Geno Smith dropped back and almost threw a pick on the first attempt. Geno made up for it by delivering to JSN in the end zone on the second attempt, which to my surprise eliminated the Niners. It was still anybody's game heading into the finals, with the three remaining teams only being separated by a play at most. The Rams, with their one-try lead from the qualifiers, couldn't execute in the finals. It was attempt after attempt as Kyren got stuffed, Stafford threw a pick, Kupp got hit following a catch, Nick Bosa picked up a sack, which activated his X Factor, which led to another sack. And then finally, on attempt 6, Stafford was able to connect to Kupp, bringing them up to a total of 7 tries. The Cardinals also struggled in the finals as they couldn't execute the read option. Connor was stopped short of the goal line, Hollywood Brown caught it out of bounds, and then finally got in on their fourth attempt, which required yet another scramble from Kyler Murray on the QB draw, totaling them up to 6 tries just ahead of the Rams. These horrible performances from the Rams and the Cardinals obviously left the door open for Seattle, who cashed in for gold on their first attempt with an inside zone to Kenneth Walker. Seahawks took gold, Cardinals got silver, and the Rams choked and fell down to bronze. This left a 3-way tie at the top of the medal leaderboard between the Niners, Cardinals, and Seahawks, all at 7, heading into the kicking event. This event will give each kicker 3 chances at 50-yard field goals and then 3 chances at 55-yarders. The 3 that do the best in the 6 attempts will advance to the finals. The finalists will then get the opportunity to do the same thing in the finals to contribute to a total separate from the qualifiers. Jason Myers of the Seattle Seahawks was up first and hit all 3 of his 50-yard field goals. Brett Maher did the same as he knocked in all 3 of his field goals as well. Rookie Jake Moody kept pace by going a perfect 3 for 3 from 50. The pressure got to Matt Prater as he shanked the last of his 3 kicks, which puts him at serious risk of being eliminated following the next round at 2 out of 3. Jason Myers stayed strong as he made 2 of his 3 kicks from 55 to finish with a qualifying total of 5 out of 6. Brett Maher struggled tremendously from 55, shanking all 3 wide of the post, giving him a 3 out of 6 total. Moody made his first in order to clinch a spot in the finals, but missed his next 2, giving him 4 out of 6, putting pressure on Prater to hit 2 in order to knock off Maher. Prater just barely made his first and hit his second to make the comeback and eliminate Brett Maher. All 3 kickers were able to execute on the 50-yard round, going a perfect 3 for 3 and setting up an even playing field for the final round of the event. Jason Myers once again hit 2 of his 3 of the 55-yarders, giving him another 5 out of 6 total for the finals. Moody was horrible from 55 in the finals and didn't come near the post, giving him a 3 out of 6 total. Prater just needed to hit 1 field goal in order to claim silver, and after missing 2 on his final kick, he just barely slid 1 by to move into second. Jason Myers with the gold, Prater with the silver, and Moody taking bronze, which sends the Seahawks into first place, entering the final event, which is the head-to-head tournament. As I said in the intro, this is a double elimination tournament, and these first round matchups were randomly determined. To kick off the tournament, we had the Rams hosting the Cardinals. The Cardinals jumped out to an early touchdown lead. The Rams then knotted it up, but then the Cardinals actually maintained a 2-possession lead into the final few minutes, where the Rams would cut into the lead, then force a 3 and out and be set up for one final chance from their own 32, down 7 points. On 3rd and 3, Stafford threw it away, which set up 4th down. Stafford took the snap and slung it to an open Tyler Higbee in the flats for the 1st down. After keeping their hopes alive on 4th down and calling a timeout, he missed Puka and then connected with Kyren Williams on the next play out of the backfield. This set up a 3rd and 11 where Stafford threw a dot to Puka on a corner route to enter Arizona's territory. With 10 seconds to go, the Rams probably had 2 more chances to get to the end zone, and Stafford clutched up again by finding Kupp for a 17-yard gain to put them in striking distance for the final play of regulation. On the final play, Stafford had enough time but couldn't find an open receiver and decided to throw it away instead of giving one of his receivers a chance. This was a very controversial decision, but nonetheless, it sent them down to the losers bracket to face the loser of the Seahawks 49ers game in an elimination game. The 49ers climbed out to a huge early lead and didn't look back as they won 48-21 against the Seahawks, sending them down to play the Rams. In this elimination matchup, the Seahawks got out to an early lead, the Rams came back and ended up taking the lead before giving it right back to the Seahawks. The Rams were able to cut the 9-point lead into a 6-point game with a field goal on their previous drive and now needed to make a stop on 3rd down. Geno had nothing and had to throw it away, causing a punt back to the Rams down 6 points. The Rams, now being in familiar circumstances, couldn't get into a rhythm and only gained 2 yards in their first 3 plays. However, Matt Stafford found an open Cooper Kupp on a crossing route to convert an improbable 4th down and cross midfield. With 50 seconds remaining, he was able to find Kupp for another 1st down. Stafford, with all day in the pocket, found Kyren Williams for a huge gain to set up the Rams inside the 10. After completing 3 straight passes for 1st down, Stafford found a wide-open Cooper Kupp in the end zone to tie the game. Maher added the extra point to take the lead, and then the Rams were able to hold the Seahawks off in their final 2 plays to stay alive in the tournament. The Rams would then await the loser of the Arizona-San Francisco matchup, where the Niners got out to an early lead and took care of business as expected, winning 38-3 to advance to the gold medal match. This set up a rematch of the Rams in Arizona, where LA jumped on the Cardinals early and held off a late comeback attempt, which sent them to play the Niners in the championship and sent Arizona home with a bronze medal after dropping 2 straight games. In the championship, the Niners would once again go ahead early and take care of business against the Rams to go 3-0 and take gold in the head-to-head tournament. It's unfortunate that we couldn't get a tighter contested championship that we could jump into, but nonetheless, this shot the Niners back up to the top in the final medal leaderboard with 3 gold medals following Seattle's early exit. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you enjoy this type of content, and I'll see you next time.